The first news we will get today, not pass waiting Buhari talk concerning Tinubu, say it already endorses him as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, say nobody fit change him. If you get any problem with him, make you go court. Say wetin happen in the year 1993, he no one make it repeat itself again. That is over 30 years ago. So wetin really happened for this year? Now this video now, I say make una fair watch first. Then from there, we can go other videos, tie all those things together, make we know where we dey drive at. Oh yeah, we can watch the video.
Since Nigerians participated in what has remained arguably the nation's freest and fairest presidential elections, after fiercely contested primaries held in Jos, Plateau State by the SDP, a renowned multi-millionaire businessman, Chief Moshood Kashimawo Abiola, better known as MKO, emerged as the party's presidential flag bearer. His opponent was a little-known Kano businessman, Alhaji Bashir Tofa, who flew the flag for the NRC. Abiola took what was then considered a political risk. He picked Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, a fellow Muslim, as his running mate. Several events followed in quick succession. The country witnessed the most robust election campaigns and mobilization of the electorate to participate in the process.
No work, no food, no house, no life. The small water then they bring us so dirty they pull am. The small money they get now so transport they chop am. Too low, na headache, hospital no work. I tire for life oh. My brother, waiting you they think oh. My sister, help don't come. SDP, MKO, Kingibe, action. MKO, Kingibe, SDP, progress. Abiola na the hope, SDP na the party to solve our problem and better our life. Oh, MKO, 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 action. Abiola, 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 progress. Now he be the hope for better tomorrow.
Professor Humphrey Nwosu, the chairman of the Electoral Commission, and his team set June 12, 1993 as a date for the presidential elections. They had no idea they were setting up a date for a sad history. The leadership of the Armed Forces Ruling Council included Babangida, the President, Vice President Augustus Aikomu, and the Chief of Army Staff General Sani Abacha. For the first time in the nation's checkered history, Nigerians who had a reputation for clinging to their ethnic and religious identities in previous elections set aside their differences to vote massively for the MKO Kingibe ticket. Abiola beat Tofa in his electoral ward to prove his level of acceptability across the nation. No sooner had the NEC begun a state-by-state announcement of the election result, behold, the worst happened. The military head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, announced the annulment of the elections. In a speech on June 26, 1993, he cited electoral malpractices such as rigging and vote buying as reasons for his actions.
It is true that the presidential election was generally seen to be free, fair, and peaceful. However, there was in fact a huge array of electoral malpractices virtually in all the states of the Federation before the actual voting began.
The world was stunned. Nigerians were enraged. This set the stage for the forced exit of Ibrahim Babangida, the self-styled evil genius. Street protests and organized civil disobedience became a daily routine. Babangida eventually, due to both national and international pressure, stepped aside on August 26, 1993 and set up the Chief Ernest Shonekan-led interim national government with a mandate to run government and organize fresh elections. The protests continued. Abacha, who was left behind to stabilize Shonekan's administration, shoved it aside on November 17, 1993 and took over the reins of government. The struggle for the actualization of the people's mandate continued unabated. Scores of Nigerians were killed as the military cracked down on protesters. Many went in exile, and more were jailed for daring to stand up to the military. The presumed winner of the elections, Chief MKO Abiola, erroneously believing that General Sani Abacha would do the right thing by restoring his mandate, encouraged some of his lieutenants to participate in the Abacha administration. Little did he know Abacha had ambitious plans of his own. When it became obvious that Abacha was as unwilling to honor the people's will, Abiola took his destiny into his own hands and stepped forward to claim his mandate. On June 11, 1994, Abiola declared a government of national unity at Ekpedeto in Lagos in a speech titled "Enough is Enough." Abiola had famously declared, "I cannot surrender my mandate unless the people so demand, and it is by virtue of this mandate that I say that the decision of the federal military government to cancel the result of the elections is unpatriotic and capable of causing undue and unnecessary confusion in the country." This bold and dogged move led to his arrest and a tragic death after drinking what many have called a deadly cup of tea.
This guy, what they call no, he can't talk, say Peter Obi na wuru na edu na mago na edu na even rig election. Say Peter Obi not fit to be president at all. If you know this guy, una know say mouth not dey stay one place, na parrot na he be. Remember, I go show na this video where he talk some years ago when he talk say Peter Obi na the honest man we don't ever see on earth. That Peter Obi is the best man he has ever come across. That is blessed, like a lie, they blessed knowing Peter Obi. This same man, they can change mouth some few hours ago say, Peter Obi na riga. Peter Obi na, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the video.
You know, I just want to tell you, I'm with my friend here, Governor Peter Obi. We're in DC. We came in for the National Prayer Breakfast. But you see, I listened to this man. I listened to Governor Peter Obi. And, you know, ex-Governor Peter Obi, the plans, the ideas, you know, this man raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. He raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. Since he left office, can you believe that this man does not take anything, not even like a penny from the Anambra State government? And while he was there, you know, he was a man that built up Anambra State. You know, Anambra State used to be almost educationally disadvantaged. And then in less than 2 years, he brought them to be #1. He left that state with a reserve. Look, you know, we need people like this. I'm so proud of Governor Obi. I listened to him today and, you know, I was touched. Like, do we have fellows like this in Nigeria? I'm very proud of this man. Look at everything that he has touched. He made money for himself in the private sector. He made money for Anambra State in government. Anambra State doesn't borrow money. Are you aware of that? These bailout funds that the current administration is giving states, Anambra State, I mean, he left enough for Anambra State. I'm very proud of this man. You know, Governor B, please just say something to my followers, to my fans.
Well, thank you, all of you. All I'm saying is that we have no other country except Nigeria. We must work hard to build it. We must build it. It's our country. We cannot bequeath our children and those coming after us anarchy. We will befit them a better country.
Second phase of the war we are going after the election, we have to recover our party that Buccaneers have hijacked, vampires have hijacked. We must recover it. That is the second phase of the war we are going to. So everybody should be prepared. After the governorship election, we must take back our party. We must take back our party. We will not allow these Buccaneers to continue destroying our party. We are proud of what we have done in Rivers State. We are proud we say we wanted a Southern president, and we stood by it. And we thank Nigerians. I thank APC governors who came out boldly to say, look, power should shift. Power should shift for the unity of this country, for the betterment of this country. For me, anybody in the South, after you're a Southerner, that's what I stand. After the South finishes, it goes back to the North. Let it be established that there must always be power shift. And that's the same thing we're doing in the state here. There's nobody at the national level of the party you should listen to. None of them worth listening to. None of them. Not one. How you came to steal, and he has stolen enough. That's why he can go now. He's building a university with our resources. So now he has stolen enough. Okay, let him go. Let us build back our party.
Never campaigned against Obi. I never did that. It's not that will he do me anything. What you going to do me? He can't do me anything. But I felt it has no need, since we are talking about Southern presidency. I never. Within us and our integrity group, we agreed that we must make sure power comes to the South. And in any state where you have control, if Labour Party comes first, APC must come second. If APC comes first, Labour must come second. And we did it. I'm proud to say it.
Okay, what I can say is, I think forgiveness is divine, really. And if anyone, no one owns it all.
Right.
Something can be your truth, and to another person, it might not be.
Right.
I don't think going back to bring out those sensitive moments and will do anything. I think at the end of the day, I apologized for, and I'm still apologizing to those who must have misconstrued what I said. I said I was taken by emotions, but at the end, it still didn't take away from the facts. The hatred is too much.
Yeah.
The polity, the hatred is too much. We're all built on love. We can change things by love. Not, I'm in politics now 8 years, and I still stand on the fact that love conquers all.
Yeah.
I've gone out in the streets and people still curse at me.
Wow.
But I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed, because they don't understand the stress that you go through.
Yeah.
And I pick it from their point of view, because someone just hoped that you could just help him or her. And at that point, you are stressed with so many things. So at the end of the day, it happened. I wasn't referring to everybody as children.
Yes.
It was the people that were on Mr. Speaker's handle, that were talking to Mr. Speaker, that I was referring to, and not everybody. But, and truly, they were teenagers when I clicked on those who were cursing at Mr. Speaker. And that's exactly what I said. But I'm sorry again.
Okay.
That's what politics teaches you.
You
must learn. Yeah. You must. You can never be prideful. You can never buga in politics. Who you be? So you must humble yourself. If you want buga, go inside your dream and get weight. Lose weight when you're outside.
Husband and wife must accept responsibility to satisfy each other's sexual need. Listen, don't do as if you're not hearing me. No one party should be selfish. If one party knows how to do it better and make it more pleasurable, then teach the other party. It is not a sin. You can't be holier than God. 1 Corinthians 7. See, my wife is looking at me. when we reach house now, she will say, my husband, he no helping you from out. 1 Corinthians 7, look at it here, 1 to 5. He said, now getting down to the questions you asked in your letter to me. Did you hear that right? First, is it a good thing to have sexual relationships? Did you see sexual relations? Did you see how powerful it is? Certainly, but only with a certain context. It is good for a man to have a wife and for a woman to have a husband. Sexual drives are strong. The married bed must be place of mutuality. The husband seeking to satisfy his wife, and the wife seeking to satisfy the husband. So it's both ways. Don't just go back, get up. No, it's not correct. It's not. This is the Bible. I'm not the one that wrote it. We are not holier than God.
This is Bod TV Bod. In case the first time you come here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads.